Let me start by saying something that I thought Scott was going to kick off with, but 16 hours of Boost the Q's starts now. Who wants to take me out to the ball game? I hope you bought some peanuts and Cracker Jacks because opening day is finally here. It doesn't matter if you're a PC, a PlayStation, or even a good old-fashioned Nintendo person. There are thousands of games to choose from, and the best part of this sport is that anybody can play. Syracuse, 5th best in the country, 39% from behind the arc in the clutch. They are really good at knocking them down. And on defense, they're really good at limiting their opponents. Opponents only make 26%. That's the second best mark on defense. One big thing that people need to keep in mind is that for the NBA first-round draft, that's guaranteed money. And if you're not a first-round drafted player, that contract is not guaranteed. So Judah has the potential, if he stays another year, to elevate his draft status, get himself that bag, and potentially make a name for himself in the league. But I think if he stays another year with all the talent that they have, Syracuse has the experience that they were lacking last season. Yeah, that's right, Searle. After 47 years, Jim Boeheim is stepping down as head coach of SU men's basketball. But soon, the nerds like myself realize that sometimes those assists are set up by another pass, and those passes by another, and so on and so forth. And as a result, we're able to use tracking data with film to quantify the value added or lost on every single pass that occurs on the pitch. And let's jump right in with Syracuse men's basketball as they travel back home from Clemson, but not without making a pit stop first. Now, when the zone uses its bottom defenders to crash when players drive to the basket, they leave shooters open in those corners and the wings. So with teams taking more and more threes and getting better at them, the zone's biggest weakness is getting a whole lot bigger. We're going to be talking about basketball, men's and women's, and let's dive into the women's side of things first. First year under head coach Felicia Leggett Jack, and Jeremy, we're going to start with you. In one word, how would you describe this season for the Orange? $1,579,628. That's amazing. Spread out across 4,285 donors. That's about $368 per person.
He's doing math in his head, ladies and gentlemen. Math in his head.
Incredible so far. We've got a lot of action to talk about, but let's start things down in Georgia, not with some peaches, but with oranges. Shea Vanderbosch coming off of a career-high 9 saves against the Virginia Cavaliers in Sydney. How has she been so impactful already as only a freshman? Well, as teams get closer to the end zone, their chance of scoring goes up. That's pretty intuitive. Why not just use yards? Well, not all yards are created equally. A 5-yard gain on 3rd and 3 is much more important than a 5-yard gain on 3rd and 10. So let's head back up north to College Park and onto the turf, where Syracuse men's lacrosse took on the 4th-ranked defending national champs in Maryland for the first time in 25 years.
20, 30 years from now, when the university calls you, you answer the call and you sit in this chair and pay it forward to the next generation.
Absolutely, Scott. Thank you so much. I really
You got it, buddy. You got it.
You're the best.
Steve Kornacki right here. John King working the math. Michael, great job.
Thanks, Scott.
Cornhole. For many, it's a game you play at tailgates or backyard parties. But for the 100 players competing at this weekend's professional tournament, it's a sport. Since the ACL was founded in 2016, it's already grown to include big-name sponsors, TV deals with major networks, and cash prizes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Still, it seems like a simple game. Just throw a square bag into a round hole, right? Only at this level, not all bags are the same. TossTech cornhole owner Bronson Shalisky says some players aim straight for the hole.
For this, we have a slower bag. There's a carpet back. The front is a 7-speed, and the back is a 4.
And for players aiming to slide up the board,
they can look similar, but the front is a 9, and then the back is not carpet, which is a 6-speed.
So while the bags come in all different shapes and sizes, so do the players, ranging from 8 to even 70 years old, from the open to the professional leagues. So anybody, even me, can play cornhole.
Just look at 8-year-old Ashton Pendall from Camden, the youngest competitor this weekend.
This is my first ACL tournament.
But Ashton isn't just playing at the professional level.
I won my first game.
And according to his father, Anthony, Ashton's been winning even since his amateur debut.
I brought him to Buffalo a year ago for his first tournament, and he actually won the whole thing.
For Ashton, it's not just about winning.
I just like meeting other people and throwing with them.
And with the cornhole community growing, Dad says he's excited for his son's future.
Hopefully with him being so little, he can grow up with it and kick butt when he gets older.
In Syracuse, Michael O'Connor, NCC News.